كان معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان من أحد المعاهد البارزة والمتقدمة في إندونيسيا، وله تاريخ خاص في التحلي عن حيز التطبيق في مجال الدعوة والتربية في إندونيسيا عامة وفي جزيرة مادورا خاصة. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في رحاب معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان سمن مادورا جاوا الشرقية. ويقع معهد الأمين الإسلامي في قرية برندوان دائرة براغان سومنت جزيرة مادورا بمحافظة جاوا الشرقية، والذي يبعد عن جسر سورامادو ب130 كيلومترا. كان معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان أسسه الشيخ أحمد خطيب سنة 1877 على مصلى صغير معروف باسم جونكو. وفي العام 1930 قام الشيخ أحمد جوهري خطيب بتوسيع المعهد وبنائه للمرة الثانية على مساحة ضيقة، والذي يعرف فيما بعد بمعهد تيغال التابع لمعهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان. وبعد فترة من الزمان ويمر التاريخ بما يقع فيه، يبنى معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان رسميا، وذلك في التاريخ 10 من نوفمبر سنة 1952 للميلاد. فقام الشيخ محمد تيجاني جوهري والشيخ محمد إدريس جوهري بتوسعة المعهد وترقيته نحو الأمثل، وذلك في التاريخ 11 من يونيو سنة 1971 للميلاد. وكان معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان يقوم على أساس المصلحة للجميع، لا ينتمي إلى فئة أو حزب من الأحزاب الطائفية والسياسية. أي هيكل التنظيم لمعهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان يتكون من مجلس الرئاسة ومجلس الأعوان ومنصوبي المعهد والأساتذة والأستاذات. ولمجلس الرئاسة أشخاص بارزون في السيطرة على نظام المعهد وقراراته، وهم كالحاج دكتور أحمد فوزي تيجان الماجستير رئيس المجلس، كالحاج الدكتور غازي مبارك الماجستير نائب رئيس المجلس، كالحاج زين الله رئيس سكرتير المجلس، كالحاج محمد خير الحسني أمين الصندوق للمجلس، كالحاج فوزي رسول عضو للمجلس، كالحاج علي سفيان عضو للمجلس. التربية الإسلامية في معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان تطبق خلال 24 ساعة، وهي تمزج بين التقاليد القديمة والتقاليد الجديدة بما هي أصلح لنا، مع القيم الإسلامية والإندونيسية والمعهدية والجهادية. ولمعهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان وجهات، وهي تبنى على عبادة الله وحده وطالب مرضاته والقيام بمسؤولية الخلافة على الأرض. أما غايات المعهد له غاية عامة: إعداد الأفراد الخيرة في سبيل الوصول إلى مرتبة خير أمة أخرجت للناس. وله غاية خاصة: إعداد كوادر العلماء المنذرين لقومهم إذا الموارد التنموية. يوجد بمعهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان سمنك مادورا طلاب وطالبات يتعلمون فيه، وهم يأتون من أنحاء الجمهورية وخارجها، وهم يعيشون في المعهد خلال 24 ساعة، وهم يتكلمون فيه بلغتي العربية والإنجليزية، وهم يتفوقون في المراحل المدرسية ويحصلون على الجوائز الوطنية والعالمية، منها الجائزة على أحسن فريق المناظرة المنعقد في الجامعة الإسلامية الماليزية وحفظ الحديث المنعقد في سفارة المملكة العربية السعودية في جاكرتا. الضيوف المرموقون الذين جاءوا إلى المعهد منهم وفي مقدمتهم رئيس جمهورية إندونيسيا السيد الحاج جوكو ويدودو، ورئيس مجلس النواب الوطني، ورئيس مجلس الشورى الوطني، ورئيس الطلاب والأساتذة والأستاذات والتلميذات والمجتمع. وله موقع خاص استراتيجي جانب الشارع الرئيسي الممتد من سورابايا إلى دائرة السمنة. فالرجاء أن يكون معهد الأمين الإسلامي برندوان سمنة مادورا معهدا مزدهرا طول الأبد وطول الزمان حتى يقدم للوطن والدين الخريجين طلاب وطالبات والمجتمع الذين يتمسكون بدين الإسلام في حياتهم اليومية ولتوعيتهم إلى نحو امتثال أوامر الدين وامتثال أوامر الله ورسوله، وأن يكون المعهد في المستقبل معهدا ذا نفع للمجتمع بأسرهم، ولله التوفيق.
Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan merupakan salah satu pondok pesantren terkemuka di Indonesia dengan sejarahnya yang panjang, mampu memberikan pengaruh yang sangat besar terhadap kemajuan Indonesia secara umum dan Madura secara khusus, baik di bidang dakwah maupun pendidikan. Selamat datang di Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan, Sumeneb, Madura, Jawa Timur. Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan terletak di Desa Prenduan, Kecamatan Peragaan, Kabupaten Sumeneb, Madura, Provinsi Jawa Timur, 130 km di sebelah timur Jembatan Nasional Suramadu. Dirintis pertama kali oleh Kiai Haji Ahmad Khatib pada tahun 1899 dengan mendirikan sebuah surau kecil yang dikenal dengan istilah congkop. Periode perintisan kedua dilanjutkan putra beliau, Kiai Haji Ahmad Jauhari Khatib, pada tahun 1930 dengan mendirikan pondok sederhana di atas sepetak ladang sempit dan gersang, dan karena itulah disebut Pondok Tegal. Dan secara resmi, Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan dinyatakan berdiri pada tanggal 10 November 1952 pada hari Jumat 11 Juni 1971. Kepemimpinan pesantren dialihgenerasikan kepada kedua putra beliau, Kiai Haji Muhammad Tijani Jauhari dan Kiai Haji Muhammad Idris Jauhari, yang kemudian dikembangkan oleh para pengembang Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan. Kini, Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan telah berhasil berafiliasi kepada salah satu golongan atau partai politik apapun. Seluruh aset dan kekayaan Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan telah diwakafkan kepada umat Islam dan dikelola secara kolektif oleh sebuah badan wakaf yang disebut Majelis Kiai atau Dewan Riasah. Saat ini, Dewan Riasah beranggotakan 6 orang kiai. Kiai Haji Dr. Ahmad Fauzi Tijani MA, Ketua Dewan Riasah. Kiai Haji Dr. Ghazi Mubarak Idris MA, Wakil Dewan Riasah. Kiai Haji Zainullah Rais LC, Sekretaris Dewan Riasah. Kiai Haji Muhammad Khairi Husni SPDI, Bendahara Dewan Riasah. Kiai Haji Fauzi Rasul LC, Anggota Dewan Riasah. Kiai Haji Halimi Sufyan SPDI, Anggota Dewan Riasah. Yang pernah tampil di atas panggung sejarah dunia. 2. Misi khusus: mempersiapkan kader-kader ulama dan pemimpin umat yang Prenduan yang berasal dari seluruh penjuru dunia, termasuk di dalamnya Arab Saudi, Kairo, Mesir, Malaysia, dan Thailand. Mereka hidup damai dengan lingkungan yang nyaman dan penuh persaudaraan, berlatih untuk hidup berdisiplin, termasuk juga disiplin 2 bahasa asing, Arab atau Inggris, dimanapun mereka berada. Tempat mengasah bakat, menempa diri, ladang amal, dan prestasi. Dengan moto utama, beriman sempurna, berilmu luas, dan beramal sejati. Kami selalu berobsesi untuk hidup berjasa, berkembang, dan mandiri di tengah-tengah masyarakat. Prestasi-prestasi yang telah diraih oleh santri Al-Amien Prenduan sangatlah banyak, baik di level lokal, regional, baik dari kalangan ulama, umaro, dan khubaro, dari dalam dan luar negeri, ikut serta mengiringi proses kemajuan dan perkembangan Pondok Pesantren Al-Amien Prenduan. Di antaranya, Duta Besar Arab Saudi untuk Indonesia, As-Sayyid Usam bin Muhammad bin Abdullah Asy-Syuaibi, Syekh Abdul Qadir Al-Jailani Asy-Syatiri, Syekh Muhammad Ismail Al-Makki, Presiden Republik Indonesia Bapak Joko Widodo, Ketua MPR RI Dr. Zulkifli Hasan, Ketua DPR RI Haji Ade Komarudin MH, dan Ketua MUI Profesor Dr. Kiai Haji Ma'ruf Amin. Dalam tahap pembangunan, Yayasan Rumah Sakit Islam Al-Amien Prenduan merupakan pengembangan dari Klinik Al-Amien Prenduan yang didirikan di lokasi baru dan strategis, yaitu tepat di pinggir Jalan Raya Surabaya Sumeneb. Yayasan Rumah Sakit Islam ini dibangun bertujuan untuk khidmat sihiyah kepada dakwah, alumni dan kaderisasi, ataupun ekonomi dan sarana.
Juaranya, jamin kan jual. Ya. Jadi
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Do you hear me or not?
Yes, hello. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Apa kabar?
Baik. Apa kabarnya?
Insyaallah Anda baik.
Alhamdulillah.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Where are you come from, Dr. Sheikh Salim Alwan?
Hello,
Hello, where are you come from?
from Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
Okay. And you are a lecturer in there?
yeah.
What university?
From Islamic High Council of Australia, Dar al-Fatwa.
Okay, I'm graduation from Curtin University of Technology, Western. I'm graduation from Perth University, Curtin University of Technology.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. Yes, from Islamic High Council, Dar al-Fatwa in Australia. Okay. Yes, you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. You?
Okay. I'm still waiting.
I just talked to you about I'm graduation from Australia too. I'm from Curtin University, master degree in there.
Oh, mashallah.
Just
I'm here, the chairman of Dar al-Fatwa Islamic High Council.
Yes.
Dar al-Fatwa meaning in Arabic,
in Australia.
House of Fatwa. Yes, like you say in Indonesia, Majlis al-Ulama.
Yes. And you are birth there in Australia?
No.
Only 1 year master degree.
In Melbourne or in Sydney?
In Curtin University, Perth.
Perth, in Perth.
Yeah,
Oh,
Perth. Western University, Western Australia.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. But it is a long time ago. 1996 is already old. I'm already old right now.
Yes.
We have Embassy Indonesian in Sydney.
Yes, of course.
Yes. I'm the
And
former.
also the ambassador in Canberra.
Oh, yes. And you are already professor in Sydney?
Yes.
Wow, great. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you very much. Dr. Lidi.
What about your student in your university? How many students in your university?
Many students. A lot.
A lot. in my university, University of Pamulang, Tangerang, the student is around 85,000. The big one university, private university in Indonesia.
Yes, mashallah.
And this year we have the new student is around 20,000 students. What time we are start? This already in here, 1 o'clock.
Now in Sydney, 4 p.m.
4 p.m. in the early morning.
In Sydney, p.m.
Oh, p.m.
Afternoon.
It's night. Yeah, afternoon. Wow.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting for the moderator to give me the confirmation. Actually, I'm the master of chair today. Then I will directly start when they told me to begin.
What you say?
You are already done teaching today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still I waiting for my turn because I have something to do here. We have an appointment.
Oh, okay. You are still in the university, yeah?
We are in our community now.
Okay.
O'clock. And now still 1:04. I'm sorry. Now at 1:01. I'm in the middle of calling the responsibility for this program.
Cimol. Negeri besi. Negeri besi. Partisipan ini.
Assalamualaikum Bunda Lili.
Waalaikumsalam, Pak siapa?
Gofur Bunda.
Oh, Pak Gofur. Alhamdulillah.
Sehat Bunda.
Pak Gofur bagaimana?
Alhamdulillah sehat Bunda. Ini mantau dari jauh nih Bunda.
Oh, di mana sekarang?
Ini posisi di Manado Bunda.
Oh, gitu. Oh, dalam rangka apa tuh?
Pertemuan Forum Dekan Nasional PTKIN Bunda.
Oh, gitu. Alhamdulillah. Jangan lupa mampir ke Bunaken.
Nggak sempat kayaknya Bunda.
Wah, sayang sekali. Karena di apa namanya? Di Manado itu terkenal 3B.
Iya.
Bunaken,
Bubur Manado,
Bubur Manado,
Bunaken.
Bunaken.
Nggak berani satunya Bunda. Nggak berani bilang Bunda.
Tahu ya.
Banyak kiai di sini Bunda.
Saya sudah lebih 10 kali ke Manado tapi belum pernah ke Bunaken, selalu dalam keadaan angin kencang dan
Gitu Bunda ya.
kapal nggak ada yang berani nyebrang.
Ya. Ini lagi hujan deras Bunda ini sekarang Bunda.
Oh gitu.
Iya.
Ya ampun, hati-hati aja Pak.
Bener Bunda, ini baru tadi mau landing udah 3 kali nyoba landing nggak bisa-bisa, baru naik lagi, turun lagi, naik lagi, akhirnya bisa landing.
Itu terus di Manado ada juga makanan enak itu kue apa namanya, yang ada kelapanya di atasnya.
Oh iya Bunda.
Put your camera on, everyone who able, and mute your microphone. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wa bihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya waddin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'du. First of all, let us praise and thank to Allah Almighty for the free happiness and prosperity that Allah has to make in this conference in a great condition. Salawat and salam for our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who has brought us from the darkness to the lightness. I'm sorry, who has brought us from the lightness from the darkness to the lightness. Together, let's begin our conference today by reciting Al-Basmalah. Today's program is the annual International Conference on Islamic and Multidisciplinary Studies. This conference is held in collaboration with Share to Care and Institute Dirasat Al-Islamiyah Al-Amien Prenduan with the main topic of today's workshop, Renewal Islamic Jurisprudence on Economic System. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me first to read the agenda for today. The first agenda is the opening session and the welcoming speech. The welcoming speech will be delivered by our brother, Sir Abdul Ghaffur, the President of Indonesia Education Share to Care Volunteer 2022. Please welcome Sir Abdul Ghaffur. The stage is yours.
Still mute, Mbak Vida.
Still mute? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this. I'm really, really sorry. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will start again. I'm sorry for this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wabihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya wad din. Wassalatu wassalam ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'du. First of all, let us praise and thank to Allah Almighty for the every happiness and prosperity that Allah has to make in this conference in great condition. Salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who has brought us from the dark age to the era of bright light today. Together, let's begin our conference today by reciting Al-Basmalah. Today's program is the annual International Conference on Islamic and Multidisciplinary Studies. This conference is held in collaboration with Share to Care and Institute Dirasat Islamiyah Al-Amien Prenduan with the main topic of today's workshop, Renewal Islamic Jurisprudence in Economic System. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me first to read the agenda for today. The first agenda is the opening session and the welcoming speech. The welcoming speech will be delivered by Sir Abdul Ghaffur, the President of Indonesian Education Share to Care Volunteer 2022. Please welcome Sir Abdul Ghaffur. The time is yours.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
In the beginning of this fourth sessions, I would like to say thanks to all the keynote speakers, Ibu Dr. Bunda Lili, Dr. Sheikh Salim, and the other ones who join us in these afternoons. I would like to say thanks on behalf of myself and also for the committee for your setting the times and setting all any kind of knowledge for these afternoons. Perhaps this kind of conference will has that kind of a good advantage for us and give such kind of a good thing for educational in the world and also for Indonesia. I think that's all. I beg to moderator. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your speech. Before we come to the main agenda, let me welcome to our keynote speakers today. Those are Dr. Sheikh Salim Alwan from Australia, Professor Dr. Zainuddin Sharif from Indonesia, Dr. Ahmad Elnger from Egypt, Dr. Gul Erkol Beram from Turkey, Dr. Lili Nurlaili from Indonesia, Dr. Khalilur Rahman from Indonesia, Dr. Atul Patil from India, and Sir Mujibno from Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to our main agenda, the conference session. All presentation and discussion will be moderated by our moderator, Taufiki Hidayat. The stage is yours.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in, amma ba'du. Your Excellency, the Vice of Rector of Institute Islamic of India Al-Amien Prenduan, Your Excellency, Mr. Abdul Ghafur, as the President of Share to Care. Okay, for the first time, let's thank to God Allah who give mercy and blessing. My name is Taufiki Hidayat. I am as a moderator here, and I am from Institute of Islamic Al-Amien Prenduan. Annual International Conference of Islamic and Multidisciplinary Studies, Aicims. Our topic today is about renewal of Islamic thought and civilization in the digital era. First thing first, I want to emphasize about the topic. Okay. The first is about renewal. Renewal means awakening, rebirth, reborn, and reinforce. Then renewal means awakening. And after that, what is Islamic thought? Islamic thought is examining the religion's foundation of Muslim thought, the Quran and Hadith literature, and the engage say Tawhid. And the second is justice of God, or we can say Al-Adalah. Prophethood, we can say An-Nubuwah. Leadership, we can say Imamah. And resurrection, Al-Qiyamah. About the term civilization, based on Islam, which is comprehensive way of life, then civilization is comprehensive of way of life of Islam. According to Yusuf Qardawi, civilization refers to a group of people which way of life and culture based on Islam.
Suaranya Pak, suaranya di unmute, Pak.
Our topic is about renewal of Islamic thought and civilization in the digital era. Now it's about digital era. What is digital era? Digital era is characterized by technology which increase spread of knowledge in Islamic thoughts and civilization. Several years ago, if we want to seek science, we have to go to library, go to buy books. But nowadays, we just can Google and YouTube, Facebook and Twitter, etc. Okay, next, we go to main program today, to main agenda. Okay. About presenting this conference. Okay, the first presenter I want to call Grand Sheikh Dr. Sheikh Salim Alwan from Darul Fatwa Chairperson, Australia. Okay, the time for him.
بسم الله. You hear me إن شاء الله. معنا الأستاذ نور. بارك الله فيكم.
نعم شيخي.
إن شاء الله أتكلم ثم أنت تترجم. I will speak إن شاء الله in Arabic and Mr. Noor Ahmed will translate to Bahasa Indonesia. إن شاء الله.
Recording in progress.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله وصلى الله وسلم وبارك وشرف وكرم على سيدنا المصطفى رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفقنا للخير وأن يشرح صدورنا أن الله تعالى على كل شيء قدير. أما بعد، نتوجه بالشكر الجزير للجامعة والمعهد ولرئيس الجامعة ولمن دعانا، ونسأل الله تعالى لهم التوفيق ولكل من حضر معنا من الأساتذة والمشايخ والدعاة. نحن من دار الفتوى المجلس الإسلامي الأعلى في أستراليا، والموضوع الهام الذي نتكلم عنه يتعلق بالهوية الإسلامية. هذه الهوية الإسلامية فيها إثبات انتماء الإنسان إلى دين الإسلام. هذه الهوية الإسلامية معناه انتماء الإنسان إلى الإسلام، وأن يحافظ هذا المسلم على قيم هذا الدين ومبادئ هذا الدين وسلوكيات هذا الدين، لأن الأنبياء عليهم السلام كلهم جاءوا بدين واحد هو الإسلام، من أولهم آدم إلى آخرهم محمد عليهم الصلاة والسلام. فإذا أولا، كيف يكون انتماؤك لهذا الدين؟ تقوي الانتماء وتعرف سبب الانتماء وتجيب على هذه الأسئلة: من أنا؟ ولماذا أنا؟ وإلى أين أنا؟ من أنا؟ المسلم يجيب: أنا مسلم، أنا على دين الأنبياء، أنا مخلوق، الله تعالى هو الذي خلقني، أنا لم أكن موجود جسم، أنا لي مكان، أنا أتصف بالجلوس، بالقعود، بالاستقرار. أما الخالق سبحانه وتعالى لا يشبه خلقه بوجه من الوجوه. فاعتقاد المسلم في الله عز وجل أنه عز وجل موجود لا شك في وجوده، لا يشبه شيئا من خلقه، كما ما شاء الله في أندونيسيا العقيدة الإسلامية السنية منتشرة، يعلمون صفات دواب بولو: الله أداة تنبات، الله أداة تنبات. يعلمون العقيدة السنية أن الله سبحانه وتعالى موجود بلا كيف ولا جهة ولا يحتاج إلى شيء من خلقه. إذن من أنا؟ أنا مسلم. المسلم يجيب: أنا مسلم على دين الأنبياء عليهم سلام الله سبحانه وتعالى، وأنا مكلف هو بطلب العلم الشرعي من أهل العلم والمعرفة، أن أتعلم علم الدين مشافهة سماعا من العلماء، ليس من طريق جوجل إنما مشافهة من أهل العلم والمعرفة. من أنا؟ أنا مسلم على دين الأنبياء وأتبع شرع محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ألتزم بالقرآن وبالسنة النبوية المطهرة. أما الجواب عن السؤال الثاني، لماذا أنا؟ يعني ما هي وظيفتي في هذه الدنيا؟ أنا أتيت إلى هذه الدنيا وعمري قصير، حياتي محدودة، بعد ذلك سأموت. ماذا سأفعل في هذه الدنيا؟ ما هو المطلوب مني؟ أن أؤدي الواجبات، أن آمر بالمعروف، أن أنهى عن المنكر، أن أنشر الخير بين الناس، بين الكبير وبين الصغير، أن أعلق قلبي بطاعة ربي سبحانه وتعالى. أما الجواب عن السؤال الثالث، إلى أين أنا؟ معناه أنا أعتقد أنني سأموت، ويوم القيامة سأبعث وسأحاسب، وفريق في الجنة وفريق في النار. إذا عرفت الإجابة على هذا، أفهم أن المحافظة على الهوية الإسلامية هو أمر مهم، فنتمسك بالدين ظاهرا وباطنا، لا سيما في أمر العقيدة الإسلامية السنية. الحمد لله أندونيسيا الغالبية على مذهب أهل السنة والجماعة، في العقيدة أشاعرة وفي الفروع شافعية، يعني سما يعني مثلنا. وجامعة الأزهر في مصر، جامعة الزيتونة في تونس، جامعة القرويين في فاس في المغرب، جامعات أهل السنة والجماعة في كل أنحاء المعمورة تعلم هذه العقيدة السنية، وتعلم أولاد اللغة العربية. لو كنا نحن مثلا في سيدني أستراليا أو في غيرها من البلاد الأوروبية والغربية، ينبغي أن نهتم بتعليم القرآن واللغة العربية. هذا أمر مهم، هذا يسبب لنا أن يستمر الخير في الأجيال المستقبلة. لذلك عنوان هذه المحاضرة كبير، والمعلومات التي فيه غزيرة، فلذلك من المهم أن يستوعب الإنسان ماذا سنقول له من هذه العبارات. كذلك نحن في هذه الحياة الدنيا مطلوب منا أن نصحب الصالحين الذين يخافون الله، الذين يأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر. هؤلاء الذين قال الله تعالى فيهم: الأخلاء يومئذ بعضهم لبعض عدو إلا المتقين. نختار الصاحب الذي يخاف الله سبحانه وتعالى. هذه أمور مهمة. كذلك من الأمور المهمة المتعلقة بالحفاظ على الهوية الإسلامية منهم. وسيدنا عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال: إنا كنا أذل قوم فأعزنا الله بالإسلام، فمهما نطلب العزة بغير ما أعزنا الله به أذلنا الله. نعم، للأسف تفشى في الكثير من المجتمعات الإسلامية بين الرجال والنساء، خصوصا بين الشباب، يقلدون المجتمعات الغربية في لغاتهم، في ملابسهم، في طرق حياتهم. هذا يعني أمر مؤسف وأمر مؤلم. فلذلك ينبغي من الدعاة والمشايخ ودور الفتوى في العالم الإسلامي وبقية البلاد أن ينتبهوا إلى هذه الأمور. نحن نعتز بإسلامنا، نعتز بديننا، نتمسك بمبادئ الإسلام، نتمسك بأداء الواجبات، ونحن ندل الآخرين على الاعتدال، على الخير، على الوسطية، نحارب التطرف، نحارب الإرهاب البغيض. نحن المسلمون أينما حللنا ننفع. نحن في أستراليا عندنا إذاعة إسلامية، راديو ستيشن، هذا مسلم كوميونيتي راديو 92.1 FM. You can hear by internet, Muslim Community Radio. We have also, mashallah, many schools here in Sydney, all Australia also. وعندنا الحمد لله رب العالمين many schools نعلم العربية والقرآن الكريم، نحافظ على مبادئنا وننفع المجتمع الذي نحن فيه. هذا الذي أحب أن أقول لكم. المسلم يعلم الخير حيثما كان. المسلم ينهى عن التطرف. المسلم يأمر بالمعروف وينهى عن المنكر. يحافظ على عقيدته، عقيدة الأنبياء. كل كلمة قبل نهاية الوقت المحدد. تفضل.
Baik, saya akan mencoba untuk menerjemahkan apa yang tadi sudah beliau sampaikan. Tema apa yang beliau paparkan tadi adalah taqwiyatul huwiyyatil islamiyah fil mujtama'at, meneguhkan identitas keislaman di kalangan umat, di kalangan masyarakat Islam. Beliau tadi mengatakan bahwa identitas keislaman, al-huwiyyatul islamiyah, kata ini mengandung makna meneguhkan intima atau afiliasi seseorang dengan Islam, meneguhkan afiliasi atau kesetiaan atau loyalitas seorang manusia, seorang muslim kepada agamanya, yaitu agama Islam. Agama Islam ini, sebagaimana yang tadi sudah beliau sampaikan, adalah agama yang tidak hanya diajarkan dan dibawa oleh baginda Rasulullah Shallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, tetapi Islam ini adalah sebuah agama yang diajarkan dan dibawa oleh seluruh nabi, mulai dari Nabi Adam sampai nabi yang terakhir, nabi kita, Nabi Agung Muhammad Shallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kemudian identitas keislaman ini bukan hanya sebuah identitas semata, bukan hanya menetapkan sebuah warna kulit seseorang atau menetapkan kewarganegaraan seseorang dari kebingungan dan akan menunjukkan jalan baginya menuju kebahagiaan abadi dan keselamatan yang hakiki. Oleh karena itu, beliau tadi menyampaikan bahwa seseorang yang ingin berafiliasi, meneguhkan afiliasinya, intimaknya, intisabnya dengan agama yang mulia ini, maka semestinya dia mengetahui Islam itu sendiri, ya, sesuatu yang kita berafiliasi dengannya, menyatakan loyalitas kita kepadanya. Kita harus tahu Islam itu sendiri apa. Kemudian kita harus bisa menjawab, man ana, siapa saya? Siapa sesungguhnya saya? Kemudian kita harus bisa menjawab, walimada ana, kenapa saya? Artinya kehidupan yang kekal kelak di akhirat. Jawaban atas pertanyaan yang pertama, man ana, siapa sebenarnya saya? Kita jawab dengan penuh kebanggaan. Kita jawab dengan penuh keteguhan hati bahwa saya adalah seorang muslim. Saya adalah seorang makhluk yang diciptakan oleh pencipta yang tentu tidak sama dengan saya. Pencipta yang menciptakan saya tentu berbeda dengan saya. Pencipta yang menciptakan saya tentu tidak dapat dibayangkan, tidak dapat disamakan dengan makhluk manapun. Kalau kita membutuhkan kepada tempat, maka pencipta kita berarti tidak butuh kepada tempat. Kalau kita memiliki bentuk dan ukuran, maka pencipta kita yang memiliki bentuk dan ukuran, maka dia maha suci dari bentuk dan ukuran. Ini adalah akidah. Ini adalah keyakinan yang harus kita teguhkan di hati kita masing-masing, mazhab Imam Syafi'i. Kemudian mengenai pertanyaan, kemudian kita jawab juga bahwa saya adalah seorang yang mukallaf. Mengenai pertanyaan siapa saya, maka kita harus menjawab dengan benar pertanyaan ini, bahwa saya adalah ana mukallafun. alayya an amtathila al-awamira alayya an amtathila li awamiri khaliqi wa atajannaba nawahiyahu, atau wa atajannaba ya nawahiyahu. Saya adalah seorang balik dan berakal yang dibebani oleh pencipta saya untuk melakukan semua kewajiban dan meninggalkan semua yang diharamkan. Tentu kalau kita ingin melakukan semua kewajiban dan meninggalkan semua yang diharamkan, maka kita harus mengetahui apa yang Allah wajibkan kepada kita dan apa yang Allah haramkan atas kita. Dan itu semuanya tidak bisa kita ketahui kecuali dengan cara talaqi musyafahatan. Belajar secara talaqi kepada para ulama yang terpercaya, yang memiliki sanad keilmuan. Kemudian menjawab pertanyaan yang kedua. Bagaimana saya, atau limadha ana, bagaimana saya, artinya apa tugas saya di dunia ini. Kita jawab pertanyaan ini, seseorang yang ingin meneguhkan afiliasinya dengan Islam, seseorang yang ingin meneguhkan, ya, bisa dilanjutkan? Bisa dilanjutkan, Ustaz?
Time is 2 minutes again.
Kemudian berikutnya adalah pertanyaan mengenai ila aina ana. Kemana saya akan, hakikatnya saya ini akan kemana di akhirat nanti. Hal ini berkaitan dengan keyakinan kita bahwa kita tidak hidup selamanya di dunia ini. Oleh karena itu, kita harus melakukan yang terbaik agar kita mendapatkan kehidupan yang bahagia di akhirat kelak. Kemudian yang terakhir, beliau tadi menyampaikan bahwa kita harus bangga dengan agama kita, sebagaimana yang pernah disampaikan oleh Sayyiduna Umar ibn al-Khattab radhiyallahu anhu, inna kunna adzalla qaumin, kami dulu, Sayyiduna Umar dan para sahabat yang lain, adalah kaum yang paling hina. Kemudian kami dimuliakan oleh Allah dengan masuk ke dalam agama Islam. Maka seberapa kuat kita memegang teguh Islam, maka kita akan semakin mulia. Dan ketika kita tidak memegang teguh agama Islam, maka kita akan dihinakan kembali oleh Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Kemudian beliau tadi juga menyampaikan bahwa beliau adalah Amin Am Darul Fatwa di Australia. Beliau adalah ketua umum Darul Fatwa, semacam kumpulan komunitas umat Islam di sana, dari berbagai radio di sana yang selalu menyebarkan akidah yang moderat, ajaran-ajaran yang moderat, nilai-nilai keislaman yang wasatiyah, ya, yang moderat. Dan beliau selalu menyerukan kepada umat untuk menjauhi sikap ekstrim, ya, sikap ekstrim, karena hal itu hanya akan mencoreng citra baik Islam di mata dunia. Demikian poin-poin penting yang beliau sampaikan. Kata beliau tadi, beliau mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua pihak yang telah mengundang beliau dan mendoakan kita, mudah-mudahan kita semuanya senantiasa mendapatkan taufik dari Allah untuk melakukan berbagai ketaatan. Tafadhal Ustaz.
Recording stopped.
Okay, thank you very much for Grand Teacher Sheikh Salim Alwan for the speech, and Ustadz Nur Rahmat for the translation of the speech. And now I wanna give a session for question. Maybe is there who wanna ask the question? Okay, I'm still waiting for the question. Okay, is there a question? Okay, I can conclude that from Sheikh Salim Alwan that we must keep prayers every time and every day, and we must also do goodness, and we must know who am I, who are we, why are we living in this world, what is the duty in this world, and where do you want to go in this world? What is your duty? Okay, I think that's it. And okay, I ask once again, is there any question for Sheikh Salim? Okay, if no question, let's go to the next presenter. The next presenter is Professor Dr. Zainuddin Sharif, MAG from IAIN Madura.
Professor Zainuddin, are you inside the Zoom?
No, Pak Umar. Pak Zainuddin will be rescheduled because of today. He got funding reviews.
Okay, please change to the next presenter, please.
Okay, for the next presenter, I call Dr. Ahmad Elngar from the Scientific Innovation Research Group, SIRG Egypt. Okay, is there in the Zoom? Next.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, Dr. Gul.
Okay, dear sister, this time is yours.
Okay, next.
Thank you
Dr.
so much,
Gul.
dear brothers. Assalamu alaikum to all my dear brothers and sisters from my country, Turkey.
Nice
Thank
to
you
see
so
you.
much. Today, I would like to mention about our cultural identity and one of the important events in Turkey. Yes.
Kegiatan kesyukuran.
My topic is managing festivals and events tourism in Turkey. Firstly, we can start with the definition. One of the important events is religious events, national events, and Olympic Games, maybe. We also have some benefits of cultural events. Firstly, festivals and cultural events boost the economy. A festival visitors spend money, and this is boosts the local economy both and off and on the festival side. On-site spending includes admission fees, parking fees, food, beverage, and souvenir sales, and more. Festivals also provide free marketing and advertising for local business as a visitor, and talk about their fun experiences when they go back home. If visitors post comments and photos about their experiences on Facebook or other social media, so much better. The economic benefits of successful festivals ripple throughout a local economy and affecting tourism and non-tourism related business alike. And the second one is cultural festivals foster community pride. And this is also two different dimensions. One of them, hometown pride, is a critical factor in the development and improvement of any community. Residents with community pride are more likely to speak positively about their town to others and to volunteer with organizations. Not important, small or big one, the event. The important one is if there is an event in a country, it can be a popular in the national and regional area. And the other one is festivals can teach and need things. Whether a festival time, it's bound to be instructional, or visitors are bound to learn from it. Of course, education, and we can include greater awareness and new knowledge, is the department of tour guiding. And one of our lessons is festivals tourism, event tourism, and we learn our lesson in a normal life, because when we compose with community culture and our students learning, it is one of the most effective lessons to our students can get. And the other one is strengthening relations. A third social benefit of festivals is stronger relationship within a community. And the second one is most of the relationship building occur in a festival plan are made. And the other one is festivals has a value of training, because festivals can host a festival and it is not any risk. It is not include any risk or cost, because festivals is the normal routine activity of the community mates. For example, in a religious festivals in Turkey, we can celebrate all year in a normal life, because our religion can direct to us marketing and sponsorship, human resources management, volunteer recruitment, and event evaluation. And the other one is cultural events composed of different issues. For example, cultural events can accelerate the digitalization, mobile devices, and inflation and exchange rates. And cultural events accelerate some new trends. For example, with the beginning of smart tourism, we have some new trends in the destination part. And the other one is cultural events shift the regional demands, regional expectations, and also there are some disadvantages. One of them is maybe economic fluctuations. It is possible to see in destinations. And maybe cultural events can create natural disasters, because every one of the important outputs in the cultural events. Cultural products and events play an important part in destination competitiveness because of their role as image makers and tourist attractions. I can definitely say that Turkey is one of the competitive destinations in their same markets. Maybe we can include this, for example, our other cultural events, for example, Italy, France, for example, Spain, because they have special events, cultural events, identity for them. Also, Turkey has a unique culture, and this composed of different parts, religious parts, national parts, sports parts. Maybe you know that we have many important sports events, and This is so special to us. And the other cultural events can be a relevant variable in attracting meetings, and in some cases can be the primary reason for holding a congress or meetings. And the cultural variables may be a strategic lever for a destination to develop its meetings or segments. And the cultural events and products can serve to increase the number of meetings by attracting congress or conferences linked to cultural events hosted by a city. And cultural events enhance a city's attractiveness as a meeting destinations generally, and therefore increase meeting activity also. We have direct and indirect impact. Direct impact, the increasing meetings activity compare with the preceding or succeeding years, and the associated rise in the number of meetings, participants, and overnights. This landmark events attraction tourism sector, we can increase the inputs, and we can increase the economical contributions also. It is more valuable than increasing the participants. The cultural organizations also generate meetings activity in their home locations, and cultural events hosted by cultural organizations are usually association meetings, as they generally consist of academic sessions at which experts discuss a specific cultural issue. Indirect impact is culture offers can also have some indirect impact on meeting activity, because culture is often a component of the bidding process that plays a role both in venue selection and in social, leisure, and entertainment activities. Cultural products attract meetings are generally linked to history and architectural heritage, and cultural products and leisure activities also. Historical and cultural attractions are asked for the meeting industry because they are part of desirable locations and provide opportunity for visitors to combine business and pleasure. For example, Istanbul positioned itself as a congress destination a few years ago and is still in the startup phase. The strategy adopted by Istanbul is to attract corporate meetings by offering companies the opportunity to hold their events in the heritage locations or to have their banquets in the historic buildings. We have some important events and festivals. Turkey is a house of cultural events, as we all know. Turkey has a spectacular array of music and cultural festivals, and this event has high adrenaline, sports, and exciting family entertainment. Turkey is a major global cultural hub and is the most visited country around the world. Whether it is winter or summer, it is not important. You can visit the Turkey and you can find any activity to attract yourself. And Turkey features fantastic view around the activities and events to attend. We have different festivals, music festivals, lifestyle events, sport events, national festivals, religious festivals, culture, arts, and traditional and other festivals in Turkey. We have music festivals, classical, electronic, Eurovision Song Contest, jazz festivals, rock festivals, people in the sport arena, and we are very proud of them in every part of the world. And we have some national events, for example, the Children's Day and commemoration of Atatürk and Sports Day on May 19, and the Victory Day and Republic Day, we can say. And the other important one is religious festivals, because one of the very big components, and approximately the full of components, is Muslim in Turkey. So we celebrate annually in Turkey Kadir Gecesi, the Eve of Power, and the Ramadan, the 3-day of Şeker Bayramı, and the 4-holiday Kurban celebrations. And the cultural art festivals in Turkey, you can see on the screen, and this is one of the most famous events in Turkey. We attract many tourists around the world. For example, Golden Orange Film Festival, International Istanbul Bienal, and International Izmir Festival. Traditional Turkish festival in Turkey is important for me because, for example, Tulip Festival comes from the Ottoman Empire. This is the name of a little part of era in the Ottoman Empire, and we can celebrate now in this event. And the other one is Air Balloon Festival, made in Cappadocia annually, and this one of the big attractions in Turkey when tourists from the international arena comes to our country. First, we have a big desire to visit Cappadocia and to experience the air balloon. And the Oil Wrestling Festival, this is also another important festival come from our ancestors. And this
Gul
is a
Erkol, I think the time is up. Thank you very much.
Okay, I would like to finish very, very fastly. Thank you so much, dear brother. And the Camel Wrestling Festival, Ahır Kapı Hidrales Festival, Mevlana Reeling Dervishes Festival, and Mesir Pace, Nevruz Spring festivals is important item. I would like to conclude my presentation with Turkey is a country rich in traditions and cultures. I would like to recommend to visit our country soon and check out the traditional events in Turkey. In order to keep the rich Anatolian culture of Turkey alive and thriving in every province, district, or even as some villages, we have some very traditional festivals also. The common feature of festivals and celebrations both enhance and cooperative visitors, I think. Thank you for your attention. I would like to much appreciative words to my dear brothers and sisters from Indonesia, and warm regards from Turkey.
Most welcome, dear sisters.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Gul Erkol. What a good speech. What an excellent speech. Okay, the next is question and answers. Okay, is there who wanna ask the questions?
Thank you, dear sister. I think that's a good presentation and so clear. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear brother.
I have write my question on the chat box. Please, moderator, read my question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear brother.
Okay, please, Mr. Ustad Umar Bukhari, for the question.
Thank you for the good opportunity. Actually, in chat box, I would like to know how to manage the guide training for religious tourism, because there are many tourism destinations in Indonesia, especially in Madura Island. Thanks a lot for the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear professor. I would like to answer to my question with my lectures in the university, because we have also religious tourism lesson in Turkey. I use the style of to learn our cultures to our students, because we present to tourists to our cultures and to our daily routine. So we don't have lecture forms. For example, in Turkey, we have some religious celebrations, and it attracts different tourists from around the world. And when I learn to my students about this, we can experience on the events. So it is not to do many things for this, but my suggestion to my
Okay, thank you very much for the answer, Dr. Gul.
Thank you so much.
Is there another question? Maybe is there another question?
I think it's enough, Pak Taufiki. Next presenter, I think. Next presenter, Pak Taufiki.
Okay, next presenter.
I need help from the organization because my connection is unstable. Do you hear my voice?
Yeah, yes, Pak Yusfar.
Clear.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. My presentation today is about education at the Darul Quran Islamic Boarding School to create Qurani education in the millennial era. My name is Dr. Lili Nurlaili, Master Education, Pamulang University, Indonesia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much because you give me opportunity to talk in front of yours today. And then I want to give explanation about the pesantren in Indonesia. Pesantren Indonesia, please my PowerPoint. Pesantren in Indonesia is around 25,000 pesantren. And then the pesantren is a lot of the several kind of the type. Tolong di sharing PowerPoint-nya.
Hello, Dr. Iswar.
Sebentar, Prof. Agak trouble.
Okay.
Maaf, ini jadi.
Kalau ini bukan prosedur chapter.
Web dulu.
Mohon bantuan.
Aduh.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience, Mr. Lily.
Yes.
Mrs. Lily.
Okay, it doesn't matter because it's education at the Darul Quran Islamic Boarding School to create Qurani education in the millennial era. Why I'm choosing the Darul Quran Islamic Boarding School? Because the boarding school is not far from my home, and then a lot of the students in there. First of all, I want to give explanation about education at boarding school. Pesantren is an educational system that is oriented toward moral education through religious deepening, which is moral create, fikih, nahu, sorof, the rule of proposal, tumantik, balaghah, the science of interpretation, and the science of falak. Yeah, in the boarding school we have combined between the religious and the education. Modern boarding school, we call that is pesantren. Modern Islamic boarding school is an Islamic Sharia-based educational institution where the curriculum applied is the boarding school curriculum, which is then balanced with worldly teachings, which is the application of the national curriculum. Modern Islamic boarding school keep up with the times and technology and stick to Islamic value. Each pesantren uses a different system in the learning process. Both the curriculum, the system, the method, and we are being studied. Next. There are three types of Islamic boarding school in Indonesia. First is Salaf boarding school. What type of Salaf boarding school? Maintain the teaching of the yellow books as the core of education without introducing general knowledge teaching. Santri or student, we call that Santri. Santri live in a ritual piti. Santri do not expect a diploma for the next level. When they return, the student becomes a teacher of the Quran. Very simple facilities. Education level is not limited by time and age. Next. Boarding school. Number 2 is the type boarding school Khalaf. Include general lessons in madrasah that are developed classically. Using the classical system method, madrasah, curriculum of general subject and skills combined with religions. In their life, students are adapted to the national education program or formal education. Diploma is required for a higher level. Graduates are expected to be able to become Muslim scholars who are beneficial to religion, society, and the country. Education level is limited by talaf. Teach the yellow book as well as general subjects. The learning method is a blend of classic and modern. Santri are accustomed to having individual and social ritual piti, having knowledge from the yellow books and looking for a living from the government. Alumni may return to their area of origin to renew their lives so that the area becomes advanced. Facilities are tailored to your needs while keeping the principle of simplicity and economic in mind. Educational level is limited by time. Next. Okay, I want to talk about the Darul Quran Mulia Islamic Boarding School, not far from my home in here, Tangerang Selatan. Darul Quran Mulia Islamic Boarding School, the ideal of establishing a pesantren are to prepare the Rabbani generation from 2006, a very standard form of recitation, tafhim, tahfiz, and tahbid, with of the value contained in it, so that there is love for the Quran. Next. Boarding school model education institutions are one of the right choices to realize the above idea, so that in their daily life, all students can undergo the process of habituation with various media and methods. There is great hope that from the pesantren there will be reborn cadres of people who are Quranic. Next. Integrated Islam Senior High School Darul Quran Boarding School is that changes every year. won several CONI sport competition. For example, August 30, 2020, won the gold medal. The 17th of August is every year celebrating. Received an undergraduate scholarship award from Mayis University, Turkey. Received an undergraduate scholarship award from Bilimler University, Turkey. And then activity is to create a nation youth who are responsible and have a leadership spirit. Next. School environment introduce period. Parenting seminar every month. For example, last month is the title of Quran Meet. First place at the national level for video competition and oral scientific work. Next. Terima kasih. Next. Terima kasih. Thank you for your attention. In Philippines is maraming salamat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, maybe if there are any question to Dr. Lily. Thank you very much, Dr. Lily, for the presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
What a good presentation. In school, what is the difference between Salaf, Halaf, and modern boarding school?
The big difference between Salaf, Halaf, and combination. The Salaf is only they are reading, or they are the student only reading the book of yellow book. We call that is buku kuning. And then the facilities is very lower, just only one room and no more facilities look like electricity, only maybe a candle, or the facilities the other is very limited. And they didn't have expectation have the certificate, because they not need certification, just only reading the yellow book and then implementation in their original area when they are born there. Ministry of Education, and then they are need a certificate, because after they are finished from the halaf, maybe they are teaching in their area, and then they must have a certificate to have the salary. Okay. And the combination, the Salaf and Halaf, they are reading, or they are studying about the yellow book and then the national curriculum. And then they need a certificate. And after that, they must be coming back to their original, and then to advance the locality about Quran and about the curriculum national, about technology, about a lot of they are have in front of their study halaf and salaf pesantren. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Lily, for your explanation.
Thank you very much. Your question.
Okay. Now, who want to ask maybe another question? Any other question from the audience?
Maybe I need more explanation if I still have time.
Okay, it's okay. Yes.
Okay, pesantren in Indonesia, the study is from Monday until Sunday, because they live there 24 hours, not only until 3 o'clock at the afternoon, because Philippines, they are must be studying there, and they must continue study in pesantren only Saturday and Sunday, and then they not live there only from 7 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock afternoon. And after that, Sunday, they are coming back to the madrasah, and they are studying again from 7 until 4 o'clock. That is different madrasah. And then in there is around 3,000 madrasah in Philippines, in Mindanao. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Lily.
Thank you.
And now maybe for the next presenter, the next presenter is Dr. Holilur Rahman, as the Dean of Islamic Business Faculty of IDIA Al-Amien Prenduan. Okay, it's time for him.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawala wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Amma ba'd. Honorable leader of Al-Amien Islamic Boarding School Prenduan, Honorable Rector of Institute Dirasat Islamiyah Al-Amien Prenduan, Honorable President of Indonesian Education Self-Care Volunteer, the title, The Urgency of Zakat Management Regulation. This paper argues that the Indonesian government, like President, People Representative Council, PPR, Ministry of Religious Affairs, and local government, has an important role in distributing social welfare to Muslim public, Muslim society, by stimulating official regulation, which authorize the National Board of Zakat Managers, Badan Amil Zakat Nasional, to manage zakat in Indonesia. We call this regulation Qadai and Diani obedience. The parameter of development of zakat is the presence of zakat regulation. At present zakat regulation, the presence of zakat regulation in the Muslim state, for the example, in Saudi Arabia Royal Court in 1951, zakat is obligatory for individuals and companies who have Saudi citizenship. And in Sudan, laws of zakat institution of Diwan Zakat. And in Pakistan, law on zakat and tax. In Jordania, law of zakat institution or sundukus zakat. And in Kuwait, law of zakat institution or Baitus Zakah, and in Malaysia, zakat institution or Pusat Pungutan Zakat or PPZ. The regulation of zakat aims strengthening zakat management. The Diani theory and Qadai are the analysis knives. Its function can measure the type of religious norm that can become national law. There are four rationale that inspire the birth of formulation in regulation on zakat. The first, to realize a unified system in the management of zakat. And the second, hierarchy in the management of zakat. And the third, compliance with the provisions of the Sharia. And fourth, the accountability of zakat management. Thus, this paper aims to understand the urgency of zakat management regulation in Indonesia, both from the philosophical, juridical, and sociological aspect. the management of zakat as a religious institution, which is part of the pillar of Islam, with a comprehensive study and according with the needs of modern era today, is the work of Yusuf Al-Qardawi in Fiqh Zakah, Arskal Saleh. The contrary to the statement, there are actually state that Islam does not have a pattern of zakat management by Senok Horgronya, Robert Deme Kisney, Amelia Fauzia, and Said Abdullah. So, the urgency of zakat management regulation still open for more in-depth study. The study use juridical normative research. The objective of research from the study is the principles, objectives, and legal norm and related to amil zakat. The role of the state in regulating amil authority is analyzed using integrated legal theory that internalize the dimension of diyani, obedience, by carry out religious teaching and also the qadai, state provision. The data was then analyzed qualitatively using descriptive analysis. The symbiotic paradigm in the state and religious relations give the authority to collect zakat in the national zakat agency or basnas, so that religion and the state, even though two different entities, but both need each other. With the optimal management of zakat, the demand of religion and performing worship can be carried out well, especially in relation safeguarding property or hifdul mal as part of the objective of the Sharia or maqasid Sharia. Then the role of the state in Islamic carry out as a form of Sharia actualization. Based on the analysis of the theory of Diyani Qadai, the law seeks to realize the purpose of the state in the 1945 Constitution of Indonesia, which to promote general welfare. So the conclusions, the first, transforming religious law into national law can be effective if it containing binding substances. And second, so the state plays an important role in the management of zakat in order to safeguard property and promote general welfare. And the third, the form is thought zakat regulation by giving authority to zakat management national to business. Thank you.
To the presenter, okay, please, for the audience. Okay, I'm waiting for your question.
Okay, Mr. I want to asking.
Okay, please.
Okay, this is only example. If my salary is not enough covering to everything in my family, I must giving a zakat too or not?
Okay, the question
I mean,
is, the question,
salary we must to give zakat 2.5%. But if the salary is not enough covering the covering all for family to buying milk, to rice and everything, and then my asking, we must give a zakat for that salary.
Nah, yes, if our salary is not enough for our needs, so not order to give zakat, because zakat is order to Muslim have more money, and not just more money, but in more half or in 1 years, in 1 years, and when maybe 86 more for golden. If not enough in salary, no, we must enough to our need for my family, not for zakat. We can give my family with sodaqah, or with my friend with wakaf and other, but not in order to zakat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, it's mean if our salary is not enough, in not give zakat, but we already have sadaqah from the other person.
Yes, thank you, Mrs.
Thank
Lily.
you. Thank you.
okay,
May
thank
I
you very
ask
much
one
for
question,
Dr.
Honorable?
Lily and
This is
about
Dr.
the
Sureyawala
question.
from Vilayanagar, Chhattisgarh, India. I want to ask one question, His Excellency, if you permit me.
Okay, okay, please. Okay.
Yes, salary is enough, but due to some technical problem, I haven't got 2 or 3 months of salary. And in this situation, can we are eligible when we are? Is it jais to do kurbani?
Yes.
Is enough. I repeat and emphasize my word. Salary is enough, mashallah. But due to some technical problem, some official problem, I haven't got last 3 months salary. I haven't money. Then in this situation, what we have to do for kurbani on Idul Zohar?
Okay, then you have enough money, but you have some responsibilities and some needs. Yeah, like that.
Okay, if we have enough salary, but there is responsibility in our like in korban or our infaq, this in order, but already in 3 months, so not still less years, so we can not order to give our zakat, because in zakat in order in years to 12 months, but in 3 months.
I am asking for kurbani or Idul Adha for kurbani. If it is as I haven't got in this year. I haven't got 4 months salary.
Yes. If
I didn't do kurbani. Everyone says you haven't money, then you can't do kurbani. Because due to 4 months, I haven't got my salary.
Yes.
In this circumstance,
kurban in 3 months. So in 3 months, after 1 years, 1 years, my money still more than we must give our zakat, like 86 gold, kilograms, grams. So we must give my zakat.
I am not
But
asking
if
about zakat, His Excellency. I am not asking about zakat. I am asking for kurbani. If kurbani is Zais on Eid ul-Adha, if I haven't money because I haven't got salary due to last 4 months.
yes, kurban is sunnah. If we have salary or not from salary, that we have money to kurban, that is good, Miss Prof. Suraya. Not just from salary, but we have like
If we have any saving amount, then we can do it. You mean?
we can do it.
Yes. Thank
We
you.
can.
Shukran.
Yes, we can do it. Thank you, Prof. Suraya.
Okay, thank you very much for the question, Dr. Suraya and Mr. Holil. Dr. Holil, thank you very much for your answers.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, next presenter is Dr. Atul Patil. Dr. Atul Patil from MIT School of Holistic Development, India. Okay, is there? Dr. Atul Patil from India. Okay, for the next presenter, okay, we skip. The next presenter is Mr. Mujibno from Idea Prenduan Sumeneb. Mr. Mujibno? Is there Mr. Mujibno?
Yes, Mr. Rafiki.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, la hawla wa la quwata illa billah, amma ba'du. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin al-fatih lima ulik wal khatim sabaqa bil haqqi bil haqqi wal hadi ila siratikal mustaqim wa ala alihi haqqa qadrihi wa miqdarihi. أريد أن تبلغ عما يتعلق بهذه الفرصة التحديد. أولا أريد أن يبسط Vicky, Mr. Vicky.
Okay.
Last tadi after screenshot. Dr. Vicky, saya nggak bisa buka screenshot ini.
Yes, Mr. Mujibno.
Ya, last tadi after screenshot.
Okay, please start Mujibno.
Screen nggak bisa, Saudara Vicky.
Okay, where are you?
In Pasca Sarjana.
Okay, wait for minutes.
Mungkin dikirimkan filenya nanti dibantu lewat Taufiki.
Kirim ke user ya. Ini nggak bisa ini.
Nanti kami share.
Oh.
Disimpan.
Ustaz Dona يمكن أن ترسل الرسالة يمكن إلى أستاذ توفيقي وبعدين
إلى توفيقي ya. طيب
مباشرة من أستاذ توفيقي.
طيب
مثل دكتور ليليا نيفا.
طيب خلاص أستاذ. Tapi Ustaz Rafiki. Halo Ustaz Rafiki. Ustaz Taufiki.
Taufiki, where are you?
Ustaz Taufiki.
Okay, it's time for you.
Amir.
To present your paper.
Hah?
It's time for you to present your paper.
طيب شكرا يا حبيبي. تحديد النظام الاقتصادي في القرن الإسلامي. نظام الاقتصاد الإسلامي في عصر الحديث. العوامل الدماء. أولا تأثير الحركات التجديد في القرن ال18. ثانيا إحياء الحركات الإسلامي في القرن ال20. تخلف المجتمع الإسلامي عن القرب. ثالثا العلمانية التحديث. تطورت الاقتصاد الإسلامي في إندونيسيا. أولا إقطاع الحركات لجميع البنك بإسباء الفوائد. تبين القوانين عن جدود نظام من البنك من الشرعية والعادي. يكون مجلس علماء إندونيسيا البنك الشرعية لأول مرة وهو البنك المعاملة. الطرق الأساسية الشرعية في شتى القطاعات. تطورت الاقتصاد الإسلامي في العصر الرقمي. ينقل فواعد النظام والمراقبة نحو البنك إلى هيئة الخدمات المالية. تكون الرؤية المستقبلية والاستراتيجية نحو الأرطاء المصرفية في البنك الإندونيسية. الركبة الأموال الشرعية. الخطوات الرئيسية الاقتصادية الشرعية إندونيسية. الطلبات العالية على إنجاز حلال. ثانيا المركز الاقتصادي العرشي في العالم. المركز الاقتصادي الشرعي في العالم. الأهداف ترقية المقاييس الاقتصادي والأموال الشرعية، زيادة الأطباء الاجتماعية والمؤثر الاقتصادي الإسلامي، الاستقلال الاقتصادي. رابعا مؤثرات الرفاهية لمجتمع الإندونيسي. التحليل الآثار الراهنة. محددة معنى الطاعات البشرية. قوانين الاقتصاد الشرعية. هذا يمكن هذا قد حيث مني. شكرا كثيرا يا أستاذ توفيقي. جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Kenapa Mujib Nur? Kita pede Mujib Nur.
Okay, thank you very much for Mr. Mujib. Syukron kasiron ala syarhika. Okay, now who want to ask the question? Who want to ask the question to the presenter? Is there anyone?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, nothing. Nobody. Okay, we go on to the next presenter. The next presenter is Dr. Atul Patil. Dr. Atul Patil from MIT School of Holistic Development. Is there?
Okay.
Is there Dr. Atul Patil? Okay, if we go on to the next presenter. The next presenter is from IAIN Madura, Professor Dr. Zainuddin Sharif. Okay, are you here, Professor Dr. Zainuddin Sharif? Professor Zainuddin?
Time is still rescheduled, and the day might be in tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
Okay, for the next, what should we do, Mr. Umar? Ustaz Umar? We give time or we end the program?
Is there still another presenter who did not present or didn't speak today, except who Mr. Atil Patul and Professor Zainuddin? Is there still anyone?
Okay, is there Dr.
خلاص ينتهي يقول ربما معنا أستاذ زين الدين لا يحضر ودكتور قاتل كذلك. بالحقيقة قد وصلنا أستاذ غفور يؤتيه الآن الوقت، لكن ما زال لم يحضرنا. يمكن أن تدير بأختنا مطمئنة، يمكن يتصل به.
أو لعل Pak Umar سيقدم.
Dr. Ahmad Elgar. Is there Dr. Ahmad Elgar from Egypt?
غد معنا اليوم ولم يستطع يحضر كذلك. دان 3 المحاضر ما زالوا لم يستطيعون يحضروا في
So
هذا اليوم.
today we still wait for the presentation from Dr. Atil Patul and Professor Zainuddin. Okay, isn't it?
Okay, we should give a time or end this program.
Dr. Abdul Batil have commented in WhatsApp group for speaker. Kindly check it, please.
Okay, so we should end this program.
What is the comment of Dr. Atil Patul inside chat group? Because I am on the Zoom, not on my number, Android number.
Mr. Abdul Ghafur told him that his session will be in another 30 more minutes. And Dr. Atul Patil said, noted, thank you.
So we still wait for his attending now.
Okay, let me call him, Dr. Atul Patil. Atul. Wait.
I think there is no Dr. Atul Patil, not in Zoom.
نعم منتظر شوية يا أستاذ توفيقي. معنا دكتور عتيل باتيل سيحضر بعد قليل إن شاء الله.
Dr. Atil Patul is still on calling by Mr.
Wait. Hello, Assalamualaikum. Dear doctor, this okay, Dr. Abdul Patil is about coming into the Zoom. I've just called him.
Okay, we're waiting.
Yeah. Dr. Abdul Patil is from India, right?
Yes, from India, MIT School of Holistic Development, India.
Yeah. Where is MIT?
MIT School. India.
What does it stand for? MIT School.
I don't know, Mister.
Okay. Pune, MIT. Maharashtra Institute of Technology. Maharashtra Institute of Technology, MIT, Pune, India. Is he there already? Dr. Atul Patil. Not there. You can play some music, Mr. Host, or some while waiting for him. Muhammad. It's Muhammad.
Maybe Prof. Suraya.
Yes, I am there.
Maybe Prof. Suraya knows him. Maybe.
It's my pleasure to give me chance, but I am not prepared. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you, Shukran.
You're welcome. Thank you, Professor Suraya.
You're welcome, Suraya. Thank you.
Five minutes.
Is Dr. Atil already inside the Zoom?
I have checked him. Hang on. Atul.
Maybe some network issue. In India, there is a heavy rain. Due to network problem is always here.
It could be, Miss Professor, Madam.
What time is it now in India, Professor?
Yes.
What time is it now in India?
Time
Yeah.
Yeah.
is 1:41 p.m.
Oh. So you are almost 2 hours before us.
Yes, yes, yes. If he is in duty, then it is lunch time. 1 to 2 p.m.
Yeah. He said that he is about coming in. Yeah, dealing with international people, so I think we should really, be so attentive to them because they are busy. So, Atul Patil, where are you?
And of course, because there are difference of time between Indonesia and their country also.
Yes. So that's why we are in a rest time. They are in a busy time. باللغة العربية
لا بد أن نصبر على انتظار حضوره.
نعم.
نحن في وقت الراحة وهم في وقت الشغل.
نعم. الراحة الشغلة بين كالسماء والسمور.
كالسماء
والسمور والبر.
أساس البر.
أساس البر.
نعم أساس البر ليس فقط البئر ولكن أساس البئر. نعم.
في الدرك الأسفل.
نعم في الدرك الأسفل من البئر.
في غيابة الجب.
في غيابة الجب.
يلتقطه بعد السيارة.
أين هو دكتور عبد الفتيل؟ We are waiting.
I think we are in similar problem. Maybe he find any signal problem. So in our territory, if we are moved from one place to another place, it will be signal problem or unstable connection of our signal.
Yeah, I remember the last time to find signal, we have to come up to our ceiling of our house, the rooftop of our house, or even on the tree. Sometimes you may play some music or you may play something to fill the time. Because he promised that he is about coming into the Zoom.
Okay, please. The organizer or the host of this conference.
Studio.
نعم أحسن لأستاذ وافي يمكن عندك يعني الأغنية الجيدة تفضل أستاذ عمر بخاري. وأقول لكم لجميع المستمعين والمحاضرين اليوم أقول لكم شكرا في انتظار هذه الأستاذ أتيل باتيل وتفضل لأستاذ الوافي إذا عندك الغناء الأغاني الجميلة تفضل.
What should I do? Oh, you play some.
Maybe Mr. Wafi can present the profile of S2C S2C Indonesian Education Certificate. Maybe is there any video profiling?
We are in the process of making our website, and we haven't got it yet. But if you want to see us, so you can see us in our Facebook. We have International Education Certificate in our Facebook. There are lots of our activities there related to organizing, organizing some conference. We have been doing it for about almost, let's say 2 years, I guess. And we help some institutions to hold kind of academic, activities such as, let's say, workshop or webinar, and also conference. And we are helping them related to finding out some experts for their journals to be reviewers, and we also organize some events such as competition.
What is the Facebook name, Mr. Wafi?
The Facebook name Indonesian
disiapkan di mana nanti akan berdiam.
International hang on. International Share to Care International for Education. That's our Facebook. Share to Care International for Education. Let me share it to. Oh, okay. Dr. Atul Patil is.
I think Dr. Atul Patil is inside the Zoom.
Yes. I want to share our Facebook. So here the Facebook. Okay, Assalamualaikum, Dr. Atul Patil. Are you already here?
Welcome, my dear doctor.
Dr. Atul Patil, are you already here? Oh,
I'm really sorry. Please accept my sincere apologies since I'm traveling.
We do thank you very much for your availability to come in. Thank you.
Yeah, will you please enable me to share my screen?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Atul Patil.
Yeah, my pleasure, but I'm extremely sorry for the delay.
No problem. Make him as a co-host, please. Dijadikan co-host so that he can share screen. Organizer?
Yes, now I can.
Good. Okay.
So, greetings to everyone from India. I'm Dr. Atul Patil, Director at MIT School of Holistic Development, Maharashtra, India. I deem it my great pleasure and privilege to be here on this virtual platform. And I must place on record my sincere appreciation to the organizers for coming up with. And one may have a degree with him or her. Additionally, nowadays, students or, candidates go for enhancing their computer skills, and soft skills is something which will help them tip this balance, because with the help of soft skills, they would be able to have a better connect. They would be able to communicate with each other effectively. But if we follow the traditional methods, like there is a famous story of a crow in which the crow goes from one place to another in search of water, but doesn't find water till it reaches a place where there is a jar of water. But the problem was the level of the jar on the water in the jar is very low. So it had to put pebbles into the jar one after the other. Only then the level of the water could increase and it could drink water. But look at the modern crow. The modern crow uses a straw simply to drink water, which is more time saving and hygienic. That is what we mean by smart work. So whenever we talk of any kind of studies or interdisciplinary studies, we need to bridge such gaps. We need to come up with smart solutions like these, because when we impart training, we don't only want our students to become job ready or industry ready, but we also want them to land at their workplace successfully and also do the same thing in their career. So when we deal with students globally, they come from different backgrounds, different religions, different countries, different cultures. And that's the beauty, that we can bring all of them together. This conference is one example that virtually all of us are coming together and sharing ideas. But if there are problems in communication, if we are not able to communicate beyond borders effectively because of some barriers in cross-cultural communication, something like this might happen. So these are some of the examples where the work comes to an end, but two teams hardly communicate with each other, and this is the output. And therefore, in real life, what we need to understand that there is a difference between what we impart through education and what we experience when we enter the workplace. Because in schools and colleges, we are first taught a lesson and we are given a test later. But in real life, at the workplace, students or candidates or people are given the test first, which teaches them a lesson. And therefore, if we keep an eye on the changing market needs, we find that there is a rise of private sector and ITification of jobs. That is how technology has influenced the way we learn, the way we teach, the way we think, and the way we live. And therefore, academic merit versus skills that students need to focus by enhancing their employability. And therefore, rather than only focusing on making common graduates, we are required to make employable graduates. And therefore, here is a list of top 10 soft skills that employers look for among their prospective employees. And therefore, ethics, which every religion focuses on, being ethical, having value-based life, living together happily with harmony and peace. This is the need of the hour, and therefore this platform that this conference provides focuses on all these aspects. But I'm going to throw more light on, from language like these. So more than intrapersonal, we need interpersonal soft skills also, because our students might have brilliant ideas, but if they are not able to express them, if they're not able to put them across the table, what is the use? And therefore, communication is the key, not only for personal, but also professional success, and for even multidisciplinary education that we need to focus on. Because at most of the workplaces, 70% of mistakes usually happen because of lack of communication or poor communication. And therefore, when we talk of communication, we focus on these 4 basic skills, namely listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But when it comes to speaking, we see that students develop fear, which is very common, natural thing. And therefore, if we help them overcome this fear, like the 4-letter word can have these 2 meanings, the choice is ours, and we need to even bring that into our students. And therefore, we as teachers need to inject confidence among our learners and help them see their potential, what they can, learning can take place. So you see a banana on the screen. So here it goes. The quiz is like this. There is an extremely tall coconut tree and there are 4 animals. How many? 4. Number 1, a lion. Number 2, a giraffe. Number 3, a squirrel. And number 4, a chimpanzee. So these 4 animals come together and they decide to have a competition. What is the competition? To see who can get a banana from the tree the fastest. So who do you think will win? You can answer in the chat box. If your answer is the giraffe, the 4 animals are giraffe, squirrel, chimpanzee, or lion. So if your answer was the lion, you are a deep thinker, but unfortunately wrong. If it was the giraffe, you are a logical thinker, but wrong. If it was squirrel, you are an optimistic person, but again wrong. And if it was a chimpanzee, I'm sorry, but absolutely wrong. Because remember, I said it was a coconut tree. there was a tall coconut tree. So bananas don't grow on a coconut tree. So this is what happens when we talk of communication. We usually take communication, especially listening and reading, for granted. But one has to be not only a good reader, but also an active listener. Only then the process of communication will be complete, where the sender will be able to send a message through a proper medium and respond as a receiver with feedback without having any kind of barriers. Here is another puzzle. Here the answer depends on what happens. So what you see is, if there is a person who is holding a piece of wood in his hand, the question is, what will happen to the piece of wood if the person lets go of it? If he leaves his fingers, what will happen to the piece of wood? The common answer is yes, it will fall. But the answer depends on where the person is, what environment he or she is into. For example, if the person is on the earth, then because of the gravitational force, it will fall. If the person is underwater and holding a piece of wood in his hands, then it will float to the surface of the water. And if the person is into the space, neither the person nor the wood would move, because there are no overall forces in any direction. Here is another example. If I ask you, which direction is this bus going and why, left or right? So we need to put ourselves into the shoes of, the problem solver. So if I have to get into the bus, I don't see the door from this side. That means the door must be from that side. And therefore the answer is that the bus is going to the right hand side. So this is how communication can help us. But when we communicate with each other, if I, for example, draw 6, if you are sitting in front of you, you might see 9. So that is how perceptions may differ from one person to another. National, multicultural and intercultural communication. Because when we talk of cross-cultural communication, we need to understand how people from different countries and cultures behave, communicate, and even perceive the world around them. Because somebody's, faith might be a superstition in another country and vice versa. But we have to be open-minded, and accept how people come with their cultural flavors, because we will always look at everything through the lenses of our own culture. And therefore, when we talk of cultures, as context, and when we talk of all these different countries, we can divide these countries, from low context cultures to high context culture. And as I said, communication may be different. Now, if I ask you which line is longer, AB or BC, somebody, or most of you might say BC, but the answer is both of them are of the same length. Only the rest of the diagram makes it look like that. And the same thing happens with culture. Similarly, if I ask you, count every F in the following 4 lines, how many Fs do you see? The common answer would be 3. But remember, of, the preposition of is used thrice, which people miss on counting, and they say only 3. That is why 3 other Fs are also there, which are not hidden, but we read through them. We don't look at them. That is again something which happens in case of cultures. Now, when industry or globalization, we talk about them, and when multinational companies go to other countries, something like this, when there was an advertisement in Mexico for the famous brand Parker, the advertisement said, it won't leak in your pocket and embarrass you. Now, the word embarrass, a similar word embarazar is there in, other languages, especially in Spanish. So what it actually means is impregnant. And therefore, the meaning would change for Spanish-speaking people. Slogan was, Pepsi brings you back to life. But in China, when you translate this, it can mean Pepsi brings your forefathers back from the grave. Or even other examples like suffer from diarrhea, when Coors Beer was successful brand in USA, but after some years, the slogan turn it loose had a nice ring to it. However, when they launched their beer in Mexico, the slogan in Spanish actually meant suffer from dysentery. So when we talk of communication, we need to think of low context culture, where the focus could be on words, and high context culture, the focus could be on many other things. It could be tone of voice, gestures, body language, so on and so forth. So low context cultures like the USA, and I'm giving here India as an example. So there are many such differences that can be explained, where we talk of priority as fact in the USA, whereas priority is harmony in India. And, the list can go on. So we need to have this holistic approach of, including work and personal life together in comparison with what happens in the lower, context cultures. There are many of the surrounding the buildings, and it's like excitement. The second one would be horror stage, where the newness wears off and the visitor sees the country from a different light, and he or she often then begins to criticize the country, the life, the people, the values, and everything. The third one is humor stage, where people begin to reflect back and laugh at their own mistakes which they committed or made in the earlier stages. But then the final and the very important stage is home stage. They feel at home, where they start enjoying, they start getting involved, getting engrossed in the culture that they are surrounded with. And therefore, one might get cultural shocks initially when we talk to each other. And as I said, in India, language changes, almost every 20 miles. So we witness this in our day-to-day activities also, when we interact with people from other states, even within the country. And not only this, even body language changes as the culture changes. And I can give you many examples. Like here is an example.
Well, how much are they asking? Well, that's a lot of money for a deck. Well, I hate to tell you this, but you're getting robbed.
They are asking too much money for a small deck. Don't go for this offer. You are getting robbed. And the shopkeeper thinks that he, as the shopkeeper, is going to get robbed, and therefore he reacts. He starts beating that person. They make him fall unconscious, and this is what happens. So only by listening to what the other person is saying, we should not take any quick decision. On the contrary, only by watching, only by looking at the body language, again, we should not take any decision. And here is, another example that I'd like to show. So sorry.
Jangan duduk masa saya belah kanan saya.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for this error. So what I was trying to say is, only by listening or only by watching, one should not take any decision. Otherwise, there could be a problem. So that is what we need to think.
Itu segini balai penelitian Kaltim teh.
Yeah, I was almost towards the end of my presentation. So I think
dari bintang apa namanya? Nomor rekening WA.
So the point that I wanted to make, the point that I wanted to make is cross-cultural communication is very essential, and as language teachers and educationists, we need to keep this in mind and ensure that when we deal with people from other cultures, other religions, we need to build bridges, and bridge those gaps. So we need to build bridges and communicate with each other and connect with each other. So I hope I was able to convey my point effectively. Thank you very much for your patient listening and the wonderful opportunity. Over to you, the host. Thank you.
Dr. Atul Patil, thank you very much for your explanation. Such a great presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, the next program is question answer. The next section is question answer.
Yes, if there are any questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer. I'll try to answer.
Okay, who want to ask question to Dr. Atul Patil? Is there any question? Okay, please.
Dr. Fadil.
Hello.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Okay, Miss
I can't hear you
Srikanya, Miss Srikanya from India.
Yes, I'm Srikanya. I'm studying in India. I want to ask you how we can resolve problem in communication, because we can meet people. Some are introvert, some are extrovert, and how we can build a communication. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that very pertinent and brilliant question. Yes, we do have students in our classrooms who may not that they might have, and as you rightly mentioned, some of them might be introvert, where they would hesitate to express themselves, whereas some of them might be extrovert, where they always look for an opportunity to express and speak. But we need to have an activity based approach, where even if, for example, if we incorporate technological platforms and use technology, I think even the quietest student can get a platform or a voice. That is the magic of technology, that it can bring to our classroom. So if somebody is an introvert person, we can probably ask him to express himself through writing rather than directly speaking to begin with, and then slowly we can encourage that person even to come on the stage and start expressing his or her ideas. On the contrary, when you have extrovert students, we can involve them in the process of teaching. We can give them some tasks, we can ask them to assist us in the process of teaching, and that is how they would also get involved in styles. I think we as teachers should be able to make that difference, and we become the role model for them as well. So we, even as teachers, need to become their role models. Of course, technology is there to help, but technology cannot do every magic. We need to have that creative thinking behind every lesson that we wish to impart. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much, Doctor.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, is there any other question to Dr. Atul Patil? Maybe from the audience. Indonesia, how to prevent culture shock?
Yeah, the best way is to provide our students with adequate exposure to different culture. And as the theme of this conference focuses on, Islamic culture as well as multi-disciplinary approach. So similar things could be done for our students, wherein they come to know about cultures within the country and even beyond the border. That is how we can provide them with adequate exposure. For example, in our university, we provide students with projects, like we impart training in French, German, Japanese, and Spanish, and students are asked to come up with presentations related to those cultures or those countries. That is how, when we give them projects, they get exposed to that culture, they understand about people, language, festivals, and the list goes on like this. That is how they get exposed to this, and they also carry out comparative analysis, the culture that French people have and the culture that Spanish people have, and so on and so forth. So that provides them with an opportunity. And as you know, because of the influence of technology, today the world has become like a small global village, and therefore social media is the best platform where we come to know about each other, where we come to know about each other's cultures. So having a global presence virtually or online, it's something that our students can also know more about cultures from other countries. And cultural shock, as I said, first thing we need to tell them that even our 5 fingers are not of the same size. They are of different size, small, big, long. So same is the case with cultures. And therefore, when all these cultures come together, they can become a par. And therefore, giving value to each and everything equally, not that only the thumb is important. Even the other fingers play very important role. That is how we can focus on this. So if we imbibe such thinking in our students, I think the cultural shock will be feeling at home. So exposure and some project-based activities, I think, could be the initiatives that we can undertake as teachers.
Okay, thank you very much for Dr. Atul Patil for your answers.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Okay,
that
is
was
there
a brilliant
other question?
question.
Is there any other questions? Okay, thank you. You can close your presentation, Doctor.
Yes, thank you very much once again.
Okay, for the next presenter, Dr. Ahmad Elgar. Is he in the Zoom? Yes. Okay, I think that's all for the day, for the conference. And this is the end of the agenda. I am as a moderator. I thank you very much for the presenter, Sheikh Salim Alman, Dr. Kul Aigram, Dr. Lili, Dr. Holilur Rahman, Dr. Atul Patil, Mr. Mujibno, and thank you very much for the audience. Thank you very much.
Dr. Suraya.
I beg your forgiveness if there is many mistakes during the conference. Okay, thank you very much. Enough for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.